SIL despises me but expects one-on-one time with my babies. My SIL is obsessed with babies. Not toddlers, not kids, babies. She is so obsessed with babies that she and her husband continued having 5 kids despite having to live with my MIL for years in order to make ends meet. She is so obsessed with babies that she continued having babies despite the fact that once they become toddlers she has no tolerance for them. The way they treat their children in front of the family is bad. It makes me shudder to think about how they behave behind closed doors. My MIL, FIL, and step-MIL have all witnessed more than we have and have shared some of it. It's pretty clear that their house is not a happy place to be. She would continue having babies if she could, but a fairly recent medical issue has made her sterile. They have reportedly played around with the idea of adopting to the extent that they've discussed it with their children. I'm prefacing with this to highlight the extent of SIL's baby rabies. It's probably not surprising to share that SIL and I never hit it off. She has always made it clear both directly to me and indirectly via gossip and statements to others that she despises me. I would have loved to have a close friendship with SIL, but we have little in common and she's not a very mentally healthy person. Her coping mechanisms are immature, toxic, and if she can find something to bitch about she will. She spent years maliciously gossiping about me to friends and family members and being passive-aggressive to me at all family events. All of this is regrettable, but for years we lived just far enough away, 1.5 hours, that it didn't really affect me. I have lots of supportive friends, family members, and coworkers and just didn't need to worry about my SIL. My MIL is usually just NO, but my FIL and his wife are lovely and I get along great with my SO's brother and his GF. Neither SIL nor I went out of our way for each other for years, but I've always been polite and ignore all of her stupid antics. So, I get pregnant, with twins, and 2 months later we move back to my SO's hometown. The move was always part of the plan since my SO was commuting long hours back to hometown for work. But the double whammy of pregnancy plus suddenly being so close to my just nos was a lot for hormonal me to deal with. We announced the pregnancy and SIL is over the top excited. Then, a family friend offers to throw our baby shower and asks SIL behind the scenes if she would like to help. SIL does everything she can to convince this friend not to throw me a baby shower. Don't do that for her. But friend insists, so SIL agrees to help. Great, that's just what I want, someone who hates me planning my shower. A couple of weeks later my step-MIL and step-SIL tell me that my SIL is complaining about how we aren't close and she doesn't understand why. We are the same age and should naturally be close. Why don't I invite SIL and family over to our house more often, blah blah blah. HRRMMMM. It never mattered that we weren't close before. Why does it matter so much now? Answer, I am just an incubator for babies that she can enjoy and she thinks getting close to me now will facilitate her access to them. Also, I am pregnant, sick, and my kitchen and house are still in boxes as I'm working by myself to unpack while So works 12 hours a day. Don't you think that if you wanted to be close to someone, like a normal person, that maybe you should invite them over to your house instead? And then shortly after that SIL asks to come over to my house to talk. And then proceeds to tell me all about how she wants to have a close family and to have a close relationship with my So. She doesn't want to be like either of her parents who barely talk to their siblings, yada yada yada. I'm basically like, okay, I hear you, but I don't really see that as primarily being my responsibility. My So wants nothing to do with his sister. The rest of my pregnancy goes pretty much without incident from SIL except for the fact that every couple of weeks she texts me saying she needs to stop by my house to drop something off. She always brings a kid who makes a mess and needs me to serve them snacks and drinks, lets them jump on the beds and other stupid shit. She is also constantly pumping her kids up to be very excited about having cousins because she thinks no one can resist her kids' enthusiasm and that them wanting to see their cousins is more acceptable to everyone because she knows that no one can really stand her. I will add that to make matters worse my SIL finds out towards the end of my pregnancy that she will no longer be able to have children. They had been trying this entire time but it's now medically impossible for her to have more children. We are all sad that this situation has been so hard for her, but everyone in the family, even MIL, agrees that it's for the best. So my sweet babies are born and SIL is rabid for her kids to see and hold the babies. Again, this is because she knows that everyone in the family tolerates her for her kids, so she's thinking she will get more access via her kids. 2 of her kids are still toddlers. The babies are premature and very small and I am in very bad shape for the first 6 weeks after they are born due to complications, PPD, and almost no sleep. My So says they can't see the babies until they are 2 and have been vaccinated. It was mostly just an excuse to buy us some time to get the babies bigger and healthier, and me too I guess, but he laid down this rule before they were born. My SIL visited twice briefly during those 2 months. Meanwhile, she is pumping up her kids about the babies and sending me and so videos of her kids talking all about the babies and how excited they are to see them. The videos all feature her coaching her kids on the babies' names. She is having her kids tell my in-laws about how badly they want to see the babies, and our in-laws share this with us multiple times a week and try to convince us to drop our rule of waiting 2 months, which was very annoying and the only time my FIL has shown just no behavior. Finally, 2 months and 1 week after we plan a family get-together at our house, my SIL contacts my in-laws to tell them that they have to come at least an hour late so that SHE could have her time with the babies. MIL and FIL were just coming to observe their grandkids meeting, but that's not okay with SIL. So she uninvited them to my house until she said it was okay. SIL and her husband and kids arrive, and guess what? Her kids have zero interest in the babies. They each hold them for a photo op and then go downstairs to our basement to play and watch TV. She has since admitted that she was 100% trying to use her kids to manipulate everyone. Then at the next 2 family functions she arrives and demands that she immediately be handed a baby. She bosses around step-MIL and step-siblings like she takes precedence with baby holding, despite the fact that I'm closer to step-MIL and step-SIL than my actual SIL. She also starts up again with texting me weekly needing to drop something off at my house and always comes with a kid again to deal with. My twins are still newborns and life is still rough for me, and she's not coming to help. She also makes my skin crawl the way she is with the babies. She's just too possessive and kissy and just weird with them. Taking the exact same cuddling selfies with them that she took with her own babies. I would never be like that with someone else's baby, and it's especially weird given our relationship history. I am a hormonal mama. Get off my kids. You are a terrible human who has been terrible to me. Just get off and go away. She and MIL were also gossiping about me constantly during this time. This woman got mad at my MIL because she mentioned that SIL was having success on a diet she was trying. She yelled at MIL because I asked her about said diet. She tries to keep the most mundane things about her life a secret, but both she and MIL are constantly fishing for information to gossip about. Some of it was just annoying, like about how I do things differently than them, aka wrong. But when they started gossiping about my daughter's medical diagnosis and my breastfeeding journey, it was the last straw. She freaks out to a family friend because I invite some friends over to hang out with me and meet the babies. Y'all, it was so good for my spirit to see these friends, but my SIL was like, why didn't she invite me? I'm the AUNT. She leaves for a blissful week-long vacation and I'm left in peace. She comes back and is bugging me to come over with her oldest kid one afternoon after school. Every single afternoon I have some doctor or specialist that either I or the babies are going to. I literally do not have time to have her over. She gets to the point that she is begging me for pictures because she's not getting to see them grow, and it's breaking her heart. She's gossiping to family and mutual acquaintances that I'm preventing her from bonding with my babies. Finally, I had enough. With my SO's blessing, I informed her that I see her often enough for my taste and that we would see her at the next family get-together. We have a 30-minute conversation in which I lay out all of the above behaviors. She admits to using her kids to manipulate, she admits to not liking me and holding me responsible for whether or not my SO is close to her. She told me she wants a special bond with my kids and doesn't want to miss out on their special moments, and that she needs one-on-one time with them because there are too many people at family functions. I told her no. She had no choice but to accept my decision. My SO has in no way facilitated having her around and tries to avoid her when he can. Even my J and MIL got yelled at for agreeing with some of the things I said to SIL. SIL shared all of our texts and the entire phone convo with her, of course. I'm still angry and feel a deep sense of injustice because SIL has continued to bitch about me behind my back. She gave Step MIL and Step SIL the silent treatment for a month because she found out that we went out to dinner together. She's trying to prevent family members from having a relationship with me. It's like if I won't lay down and do what she wants to cut me off as much as she can. This is a hard season of life, and if I could get even a little bit of support/encouragement/thoughtfulness, I would be a lot more accommodating. Please, can anyone commiserate? Ida? Any advice is welcome.